Take my hand now, be alive. See, I cannot be forsaken, because I'm not the only one. We walk amongst you, feeding, raping, must we hide from everyone?
Good evening, folks. First off, let me just apologize for the lateness of this video. I had done the guide completely, finished it off, and the videos were on a USB stick because my computer had died. So I gave it to a friend to upload on their computer. They then lost the USB stick. So, of course, I have to re-record all of these levels, including the last one. So this is the 5th mission of the Scourge campaign, the 2nd mission with Lady Sylvanas, and we have to either take out the human base or the undead base. This reminds me of something. Brood War. Phoenix. Edmund Duke. Not that Blizzard like to reuse plots or tool or anything. Anyway, back to the mission. So you can either choose to take out the human base or the undead base. Personally, I prefer to take out the human base because when the undead send units to your base to attack, you can take them over with Charm or Possess, and they'll be automatically boosted by any upgrades that you have. Add to that, any upgrades that they have that aren't things like armor or weapons will be automatically researched for free. So of course grab the 2 mortar teams that are right there and head towards the smaller human base. The main objective in here is to take out the castle and any production buildings as well as the peasants. While you're doing that, start building some ziggurats to your base because we're going to get attacked immediately after the 10 minutes is up, or 8 minutes on hard mode. Also start producing about 3 or 4 banshees and have them rally automatically to Sylvanas. As soon as they spawn, deactivate curse as well so you can get them to possess things straight away. When you get to the base, charm the knight and try not to let any of your mortar teams get killed by footmen or riflemen. Use Sylvanas to grab another mortar team. You can find 2 more over here, so pick one. And then head south towards the 2nd human base once the barracks and the castle and the peasants have been taken out. Once you start attacking the barracks from over the wall, you'll attract a knight, so you can charm him as well. Riflemen, footmen are probably lowest priority to charm, so just take them out with your units. And when you head into the base, you can get yourself a 4th mortar team by possessing it with a banshee. So before you get too far into the base, you don't want to attract Garithos until you've taken out as many units as you can. Even when you get attacked by things like militia, you can always put him to sleep for a couple more seconds, take out the militia so you fight him on his own. He can be a real bitch to take out, but you can charm the Griffin Rider here and he cannot attack air, so that's one thing going for you. Also grab the knight that's down south, and once you've taken out Garithos and the castle, make sure to take out the peasants, and try not to lose any of your mortar teams. So in the smaller of the 2 human bases there are 5 peasants, make sure you've taken them all out. And in the larger of the 2 bases there are 7 peasants. 2 of them are hiding down here by this lumber mill. Make sure to get them. Once the castle's been taken out, leave a knight and a griffin to take out the 2 griffin aviaries. And then take the rest of the units that you've got with you to take out the smaller of the 2 undead bases. It doesn't really matter if you've left a barracks alive in the human base, you can take it out later because they won't be able to produce much of anything important out of it. Just make sure when you get to the smaller of the 2 bases to take out all of the acolytes and the necropolis. Anything else is just a bonus. So when you do finally run out of time, and trust me that time goes very quickly if you don't pay attention, it's time to head back to your base because you're about to get attacked by everything the undead and humans have left. They will send at you. You can charm any of the frostworms that you get, that will give you some extra firepower. Frostworms are pretty much the only thing you want to charm. While you were doing your attack, you needed to build a couple of ziggurats, like I said, and upgrade them to spirit towers, because that will help your defense. And training some banshees wouldn't have gone amiss either, because they will be very useful at possessing things like abominations and crypt fiends. When Deathrock attacks your base, he may start using Death and Decay to try and destroy your buildings. If he does this, then you can either use Silence or Sleep to interrupt the casting. Anything that interrupts casting will stop it, and he'll have to wait for the cooldown. By that point, of course, the Spirit Towers will completely fuck him up, and the attack will be easy peasy. After you've dealt with Deathrock, send one of your heroes back to the human base, just in case you didn't manage to eliminate everything. I, of course, left a barracks alive so that I could rush the undead base faster. And back at your base, start upgrading things like creature attack, creature defense. You don't need the unholy strength because we're not going to be using abominations or ghouls or anything like that. The creature attack is fine. Later on we'll be building Frostworms, but for now just build things like Banshees and Crypt Fiends. So by the time Deathrock attacks again, you should get yourself in a sacrificial pit and get yourself 2 boneyards to start producing Frostworms. Don't get them just yet, we want to build up our resources so we can get a bunch in so we can max out all at once. And while you're at it, you might as well get the Frost Nova upgrade because freezing the static defenses would be a good idea. So basically at this point you're just waiting until you got enough money so you can max out Frostworms. If you run out of gold at your main base, there's a gold mine to the far left corner. And yeah, when you get the 3/3 for your creature attacks, take your Frostworms and any abominations that you may have possessed, take them down to the small undead base and start attacking. You'll find that the smaller base falls very quickly because it hasn't got any acolytes to defend it, so they wouldn't really been building any units. And Deathrock can't attack air, so if you manage to catch your mollies off guard, easy enough to take out. Even if he puts a bunch of Frostworms to sleep, you can use your Staff Negation that you got in the last mission to wake them up. So as always, Frostworms aren't everything. When you're attacking the main base, you can always split up your Frostworms so they're all attacking at least one static defense each, 1 ziggurat each. That way you won't get any attacks from them and you can use your heroes to take out any of the land units. So use the time at the end of the mission to run around and grab any items you might want to buy. Kill the rest of the human buildings that may be left and we are done. Okay guys, so before you leave this level, definitely pick yourself up a Staff of Teleportation and give it to Sylvanas. The next mission will be infinitely easier if you have that, because we're going to be moving from base to base, and her being able to teleport is extremely useful. Now, there is this very interesting marketplace, and I say it's very interesting because you can find it south of the smaller of the 2 human bases. It has the strangest stock or the strangest programming, and I cannot work it out. So it's here and the stock is always changing. Sometimes the stock will not change at all. You'll start the mission and you'll get a set amount of things and nothing will change. Sometimes you'll get it and the stock will, and the items will change every minute. This time, however, I managed to find a couple of things, and it was adding something each time. But I used to be able to find things like Staff of Silences, Strength boost, Intelligence boost, and Agility boost, and other such items that could be useful for your heroes. For some reason, I don't know what is wrong with this marketplace. I don't know why it's programmed this way, but there seems to be absolutely no consistency on how it works. Sometimes you can find really good items in there, and sometimes you'll find pretty much useless items in there. If you can find something useful in that marketplace that will help you for the next mission, go for it. If not, it's not a big deal. And you can also find a regen ring in this barrel here. It's pretty cool. But anyway, till next time, ciao.